Hello everyone, welcome to the new session of Cultivation of Guava, Citrus and Grapes Part 3. So this is the third session of this particular topic, and in this topic we are going to study about the fruit grape. So there will be an introduction in this session about grapes, fruit, and then we will talk about the area and production of grapes. And we will also discuss about the soil and the climatic condition that is required for the growth of the grapes. Then there will be a discussion on the field preparation and planting of the grapes, and we will also discuss about some of the diseases of grapes that generally occur, right? And uh, how to get rid of these pathogens, right? So we will also discuss about that. So moving forward, grape belongs to the family Vitaceae. So it's a scientific name, Vitis, and it belongs to the family Vitaceae. And it is a commercially important crop of India. So this is one of the very important crop, and it is grown commercially in India, right? And it is a temperate crop which got adapted to the subtropical climate of the peninsular India. So basically, it is a temperate crop. It grows in the temperate region of the world, right? But now it has been adapted to the subtropical climatic condition of the peninsular India. So it is grown in India in this particular region. Now, where it has been originated, this grape plant has been originated in Armenia near the Caspian Sea in Russia. So this is the particular place where this crop has been originated. It is in Armenia near the Caspian Sea in Russia. So Russia is the country where this particular plant has been originated, and from here it is spread to the westward to Europe. So in the westward it lies the Europe. So from Russia the grapes has been moved toward the westward side, and has been spread in the European countries. It has also been spread to the eastward to the Iran and Afghanistan. So here you can see how the this particular crop has been originated, and it is now spread to the east and west of the Russia. Was introduced in India in 1300 AD by invaders from Iran and Afghanistan. So when the invaders came to India, they brought this particular fruit to India. So like this, the India got its grapes. Now, the India is among the first 10 countries in the world in the production of grape. Though it doesn't belong to our country, this particular fruit, but still we are one of the out of 10 countries that India stood in the 10 countries that grow the grapes, the production of grapes, right? The major producer of grapes are Italy, France, Spain, USA, Turkey, China, and Argentina. So these are some of the major producers of the grape. This crop occupies fifth position among the fruit crops in India. So we have seen that the citrus was the third most important crop, right? And this is occupies the fifth position, this particular crop, right? So, with the production of 1.21 million tons, around 2% of the world production, 57.40 million tons from the area of 0.05 million hectare in 2001 to 2002. So, this is the data that how much land India occupies for this particular growth of this fruit, and what is the production in the whole world if we compare with the whole world. That is 2% of the world production. So this is the how the India is growing this particular crop. The area is under grape is 1.2% of the total area of the fruit crop in the country. So whatever the total percentage of the area that is being used for the fruit crops growing in our country, of that 1.2% is used for the cultivation of grapes, right? And production is 2.8% of the total fruit produced in the country. So about 80% of the productions come from the Maharashtra, followed by Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. So these are the three important state, you can say, that grow this particular crop. That is, the Maharashtra stood first, and then it is followed by the Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, right? So, soil and climate. The crop performs best in well-drained, rich, loamy soil. So, well drainage of water is required, and the soil should be loamy soil. The soil type that is required for the growth of this particular fruit crop is the loamy soil, and the pH that should be maintained is between 6.5 to 7, with low water table, with EC less than 1. So soil depth should be less than at least 1 meter. So this is the soil type that is required for the growth of the grape crop. Now, trenches of 0.6 meter width and 0.6 meter depth are to be dug at the distance of 3 meter apart from the muscat, and pits of 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter should be dug for other varieties. So this is the uh, field preparation. We are talking about the field preparation for this particular crop. So trenches of 0.5 meter with the width 0.6 meter depth are to be dug at a distance of 3 meter apart. So suppose this is the width 0.6 meter, right? And the depth of this is also 0.6 meter. Now at the 3 meter apart, this is the 3 meter apart, then you will dug one more pit like this, 0.6, and the depth will be again 0.6. So in this way we are preparing our field. Well decomposed farmyard manure. So we are having the farmyard manure, that is, or any type of compost or the green leaf manure has to be applied in the trenches or pits as the case may be, and then covered with the soil. So this is very, very important, that you require not any type of fertilizer. You require manure or the compost. So compost you can prepare in your farmland, and you can have the farmyard manure. You can also have the green leaf manure, so that can be applied for the that is put in these trenches or the pit, that whatever you have dug out for the growing of this crop, right? And then it should be covered with the soil. So the plant are rooted cuttings in June and July. So plants, the rooted cuttings is in the month of June and July. Now spacing and irrigation. The adopted spacing is 3 into 2 meter for the muscat and 4 into 3 meter for the other variety. So this muscat is one of the variety of this grape crop. So for muscat, what is the spacing? 3 into 2 meter, and for the other varieties 4 into 3 meters. Irrigate immediately after planting and on the third day, and then once in a week. So when you have planted a crop plant of this fruit plant, then irrigate at that time only, and then after third day you have to irrigate it again. And afterward, once the plant has been established, every week, in once in a week, you have to irrigate that plant. So withhold irrigation 15 days before pruning and also 15 days before harvesting. So at the time of harvesting also, 15 days prior harvesting, you have to be irrigated that plant, and also at the time of pruning. So again, 15 days before pruning, you have to harvest that plant. So these are some of the things that you have to keep in mind when you are growing crop in your commercial basis in the crop field. Now the manures and fertilizers. The manure should be applied twice after pruning, and apply half the dose of the potash immediately after pruning, and the other half after 60 days of the pruning. So two things are very, very important that should be followed by the pruning method. The first thing, that manure should be applied twice after pruning, and apply half dose of potash immediately after the pruning. So you have to apply the manure as well as chemical fertilizer, that is potash, after the pruning. Foliar spray of 0.1% boric acid plus 0.2% of zinc sulfate plus 1% of urea twice before flowering, and 10 days after the first spray should be done to overcome the nutrient deficiency. So sometimes the plant may have some of the deficiencies of the nutrients. So for that we have to spray foliar spray, that is 0.1% of boric acid plus 0.2% of zinc sulfate plus 0.1% of urea. So this is all done for the plant should not have any type of nutrient deficiency. So these sprays should be there. Now the vines are trained with the single stem up to a pandal with a stalk on the tipping at 2 meter high. Now here you can see these are the pandals. These are the like this. The plant has been reached over and you have a shade over, and here you can have the grapes like this. When now here you can see the grapes is there, right? So the main arms are developed and trained on the opposite direction on the further tipping. Secondary and the tertiary arms are developed for the spreading all over the pandal. So this is the pandal. So you have to take care of where to spread the primary, secondary or tertiary arms. So suppose this is a plant, right? This is a plant and it is having a primary. So it should move in this way. Secondary, it should move in this way. Tertiary, it should move. So it can cover all over this pandal, right? Pruning. In general, 4 bud level of pruning for the muscat, uh, uh, Pacha Draksha, Bangalore Blue, Aneb-e-Shahi and Arka hybrids are the 2 bud level for the Thompson seedless may be adapted. So these are the 4 bud level of pruning, means at the time of 4 bud, then the pruning can be done for the muscat, Pacha Daksha, Bangalore Blue, Anabe-Shahi and Arka hybrid. These, and at the 2 bud level the Thompson seedless may be adapted. So this is the timing. This is done for the 4 bud level and this is done for the 2 bud level. It is better to decide the level of pruning as per the bud forecasting technique. So the decision for the pruning is done by the bud forecasting technique, right? And weak and immature canes should be pruned to 1 or 2 buds to include a vegetative growth. So once you see this is the weak stem and it is having too many branches, so you can do what? You can cut 2-3 branches, and this weak plant could have a weak branch could have only 2 secondary or the tertiary branches. So these can be done at the time of pruning. Now pruning season, summer crop. Pruning is done in December, January and harvesting is done in April and May. So this is the time of pruning when you are having the summer crop. And when you are having the monsoon crop, then what is the time of pruning? It is done in May, June, and the harvesting in the month of August and September. So depending upon the type of crop, whether it is a summer crop or a monsoon crop, pruning is decided in which month we have to do. Now, these plants have many diseases, many pests are there, right? If we talk about the pest, then the first one is the nematodes. 60 gram of carbofuran 3G or the forate 10G granules per vine are applied a week before the pruning and the plots are irrigated profusely. So before pruning, these chemicals means carbofuran, forate or granules of this forate granules are used before the pruning to be done, right? And the soil should not be disturbed for at least 15 days. Thereafter normal manuring may be done, and you can use whatever the manure you are doing, so that you can apply. But these chemicals, that is the carbofuran 60 gram, 3G or forate 10 g granules per vine is applied. Application of neem cake. Now for this, neem cake can also be used. 200 gram per vine also controls the nematode. Alternatively, applications of a Pseudomonas fluorescens formulation in the talc containing 50 into 108 colony forming units per gram and 30 centimeter away from the base of the vine, at least 15 centimeter depth at the time of pruning, will also serve as a control measures. So neem cake can also be used. Neem cake comes in the form of cake, right? That is the 200 gram per vine, and it can control the nematodes. Or alternatively, what you can do, you can apply the Pseudomonas fluorescens. This is one of the bacteria, Pseudomonas fluorescens, formulation in the talc containing 15 into 108 colony forming the unit per gram and 30 centimeter away from the base of the vine, at least 15 centimeter depth, means this is applied in the soil. So that also serves to control the this nematodes. Flea beetles. Another type of a pest is the flea beetle. Spray phosolane 35 EC 2 ml per liter of water is mixed, and after pruning and followed by 2 or 3 spraying. So this particular chemical can be sprayed after the pruning is done. The loose bark may be removed at the time of pruning and prevent eggling. So whatever the loose bark are there, so there these flea beetles lay their eggs. So at after pruning is done, we can remove such you can say loose bark, so that they could not give the egg laying there, or if the egg has already been laid, then that can be eradicated. Powdery mildew. This is one of the fungal disease that is very common in the case of grapes. Spray 0.3% wettable sulfur or the dust sulfur at uh, 6 to 12 kg per hectare in the morning hours to control the fungus. So here you can see these white spots are the powdery mildew. So powdery mildew, the fungus spores comes out in the form of powdery. So all the patches of white color, you can see this is what? This is the fungus, right? So spray of 0.3 wettable sulfur or dust sulfur. So sulfur is the ultimate you can say the element that could eradicate this fungal disease, right? At 6 to 12 kg per hectare in the morning hours to control the fungus. So this is the powdery mildew of grapes. Here you can see caused by Unsinula nicator. This is the name of the pathogen that causes the powdery mildew of grapes. Another disease is the anthracnose. So spray of 1% of body X mixture or any other copper fungicide. So this is again, anthracnose is caused by a fungus. So we are using some fungicide. So here either we could use 1% body X mixture or any other spray or the fungicide that contain copper at 0.2% concentration. So this is the concentration of other copper fungicide besides the body X mixture. So this is the best one, the body X mixture we can use. And depending upon the weather conditions, the number of sprays has to be increased. So this is the how to get rid of the anthracnose. Next disease is the downy mildew. So here we can see the downy mildew. Spray of 1% body mixture or any other copper fungicide at 0.25% of concentration is very effective to get rid of this downy mildew, right? And depending upon the weather condition, the number of sprays has to be increased. So here you can see what happened at the downy mildew. We can see the number of grapes are drying because of this fungus, and this could be seen on the leaves also, right? So this is all about this session. We will have some more session because in the syllabus we have some more fruits to discuss. So in that we will discuss. Till then, thank you very much.